King. It's
You are literally an iPad kid. You are literally an iPad kid.
It's a joke. My God, guys, settle down.
I don't think it was.
I think it was, and obviously I did a pretty good job because I got you. Let's head into Oregon. Cyclops and Direwolves. Cyclops will be on the defense first. Direwolves, it's, well, must win if they want to keep this streak going, if they want to make it into the grand final, if they want to head to Theme Park. As we head into Oregon for map number 2. Probably expecting a rather stock standard, default, however you want to call it, kind of match here. Not really expecting both teams to break out the strap books. What?
That's a bit dog.
Oh, okay, come on here. Direwolves, come on, stop it.
It does mean we'll get Monty Anaton. So maybe not the worst of results. Anaton trade out one, get the other. I mean, it's, yeah, not the worst result, but a bit of a meme to open things up, obviously. So, guys, see what the third ban is. Who am I? Okay, that's a bit more boring.
But boring's normal, which is good.
Yeah, I don't mean boring in a bad way.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Not like if I said Xenox, your casting's boring, that would mean it in a bad way.
It would be, yeah. That would also hurt my feelings.
Final defensive ban. Lucy. Okay. So there's a lot on the board still available. Thatcher.
Wow,
both
I feel like everything is on the board.
Yeah, everything, literally. Should make for some exciting siege.
Well, hopefully it opens up the map a little bit, right?
I think defending is actually quite difficult. I would not be particularly surprised if 4-2 minimum is the attacking benchmark here.
For attacker?
Yep.
I hope you're right, because I think that would make for a very fascinating game of Oregon. Because, you know, typically it's the other way around, right? Like 4-2 defense and very stagnant kind of defense, a lot of it being on site. But I would love to see attackers really open this one up and make it difficult. We'll start with Laundry Supply. And this is a site that I feel like goes through waves, guys, right? Hear me out for a second, but I feel like it goes a little up and down, a little like a roller coaster. At times, attackers look like they've got it figured out, and they win it a lot. And we're like, oh, okay, well, Laundry Supply attacker-sided. And then defenders kind of just win it out again for like a while. And I just don't know what to make of it. So what I'll say is, the whole map of Oregon is now basically a tertiary site. It's a tertiary map.
10 seconds to go.
It's dropped off. L plus ratio
5 seconds
at Oregon.
It's time to just get it out of the map pool, let's be honest.
No, I think there's definitely some maps I could go before Oregon.
A cafe.
Border.
Porter's just come back in, mate.
It's alright, it can go out again. I've been converted. We myself and the rank stack, or the caster rank stack played a border game before broadcast, and it definitely dampened the spirits. It was not pretty.
No. Not
Defense border, not fun.
Stepping into Gemini.
Bit of a hellscape.
Well, let's head into this second map now. Direwolves, Cyclops. Of course, Cyclops taking the first map of Skyscraper. For those who maybe missed that one, it was a 7-4 result. Cyclops closed it out, winning the last 4 rounds on the defense of Skyscraper. Rather convincing win, all things considered. Considering the first half, they were actually in a good position too, doing well on the attack. Black Ray just over towards Showers, has elected to try and maybe go for that window peak, but falls off of it and then repositions right back next to the window. Jackie Wu might be able to catch him here. And should, and will.
Oh! I thought for a second he might whiff, but ultimately does find it.
Strange positioning from Black Ray.
I think you have to get aggressive, though, on this particular objective with these bans. It is going to be so tricky, I think, to just play down on site. I don't see many of the strongholds like Blue or Freezer or Pillar, etc. being very easy to hold at all. That said, you also need to be careful that you're not overly aggressive, which Cyclops are a little bit. That said, though, A-Gate is rewarded onto Jackie.
No Flores ban, no Mav ban, no Habana ban. I mean, you've got pretty much everything you need to open up Oregon and have a decent time for the attackers. So you're right. 4-2. I'd probably lean closer to 3-3.
Oh, we'll see who wins.
Yeah. I mean, I think if generally speaking, Oregon's a 4-2 half kind of map for the defenders, that is. I think then with these bans, I'm looking more closer to a 3-3 half being the path for the course, but I could be wrong. Souffle is going to be able to open up this meeting hatch. easily. 20 more seconds left in this round. And this is where typically on Oregon, guys, if teams are forced to drop down this hatch, and the majority of players are dropping down this hatch, gets it open, then it
I thought it was an observer bug. Okay,
does go wrong for the attackers generally.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. Double's not in the worst of positions. Again, man advantage, able to clear out blue now. Bit of pressure with the Patero. You get forced to aggress over towards Pillar. You can see Cyclops getting in the face of Direwolves. They're not backing down without a fight. Don't mind this at all.
Oh, this is big though. Souffle pushing in. Now over towards blue bunker. Suzu as well is going to be able to get one there too. That just shuts down this round. It's over. Yeah, you may as well just put a 1 next to Cyclops. They've won this one. Big shutdown from Suzu. I saw Souffle pushing in and I just thought that's going to be your opening for the Direwolves, and Suzu just shuts it down straight away, holding that position, pushes out from elbow, and just picks up 2 clean kills. And that's a good way to start for Cyclops. Considering when you have Black Ray pushing upstairs close to showers or shower corridor, dies basically at the start of the round. Then you lose another player shortly after that. I think it got to a 5 versus 3. And yes, we saw Cyclops bring it back a little bit, but I just kind of feel like it was a round that was set up for the Direwolves to open up here on Oregon, and they let it slip.
So you know how I said 4-2? I did mean 4-2 to Cyclops. That's what I meant.
Oh, so you're referring to this being a normal standard stock,
Yeah.
Oregon 4-2.
I don't know what I was on about before. I must have knocked my head. I think Direwolves, though, ultimately, statistically still should have probably locked out that round. But
well, they started well, I think, and there is definitely something to be said about these bans and the attackers having a bit of an easier time here on Oregon. So when you get that 2-kill lead and you've got the picks to really open up that kind of site, yeah, should have done a little bit better. Now we head to Kid Storms for the second round. So Cyclops have here to deny. It's the same setup again for the Direwolves, playing into the Flores and the double hard breach, which is pretty standard here on Oregon. Open up attic, open up games wall. Flores on this particular site, not bad. Clear out, like, bedroom, clear out attic. There's a lot of utility to clear out, maybe even on site as well if you play from big window. I mean, Flores in general is just like probably the best operator on this map. Oh, that's a nice shot from Jackie Wu.
That was sharp. Gator on the roam. Punished. Probably a decent opportunity now just to remind everyone that may have missed the bracket earlier. This is not the grand final. This is the upper bracket final. So the winner progresses to the grand final. The loser will take on the winner of Elevate and Chiefs. So there is a very real possibility that we actually see a rematch between these two in the grand final for that champion title of Stage 1 APAC. So just a little interesting storyline to track. This may not be the last time rather we see these two go at it.
Well, they're also can play in the final of the Charlotte Major.
I mean,
that's a given though, right? So
obviously,
yeah.
I don't need. The viewers aren't stupid. Xenox, they know.
You always call me Rob.
I always did call you Rob. Last week's bad habits.
Harambe falls to Suzu, who's having a tremendous series here. Anderton taken very low by Jackie Wu. Tries to fire back the other way, as you can do on Oregon, through these walls rather easily. To watch out for that balcony though. So Direwolves with the 1-player advantage. They had a 2-player advantage last round and couldn't really do much with it. So the Gemini of ED trying to take out that Sawyer gate and has done so successfully. Minute remaining here in the second round. Direwolves have pulled off the pace a little bit here and just going to probably reconvene before going for this push onto site.
Yeah, aggressive from Suzu. The closet rotate falls off after being droned. Don't mind that play, but now under a lot of pressure. Over towards this concrete position. He can be shot from the back if that's not covered, or the doorway. So a double pinch here from Direwolves, and Pika confirms that pick. Now it's up to Aniton, who's low. Gatorada still on full HP. He's isolated over towards double window, forced over towards top white. Direwolves clean up the round.
Yeah, much better from Direwolves. In all things considered, the execution in the opening round was a little bit poor, but it was much, much better there in round 2. I think the start was somewhat similar. You know, they were able to get the opening pick. They were able to Generally start well, clear a lot of utility. We saw that in the first round too on launch with supply, but the execution phase was a lot better from Direwolves. They're a lot cleaner. And Cyclops were not a pushover. I actually think the positioning of Suzu was pretty good in just sort of moving around site, not really sitting still, being a nuisance, trying to find a pick back the other way. Saw some, you know, soft wall shots going back, trying to see if they could find a pick. I mean, yeah, Cyclops played that well. Just Direwolves, to their credit, played it a little bit better. Yeah, I just see a downward-looking face of guys sad. I just don't know if everyone else can hear you. Now it just sounds like, am I talking to myself?
10 seconds to go.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Well, actually, I'm Guz, but I am back.
5 seconds left.
As I was going to say, kitchen dining. This is a site that I think is pretty fundamentally flawed for the defense. Small tower, very hard to reaggress as a defender once you lose control, and maintaining control is all but impossible to an extent, depending on how the attack's going to play. That's why we see the shower extension, for example, and this is probably for me going to be the pivotal part of this defense. Can Cyclops hold out that shower pressure? Because it is going to be relentless. 6 flashes, 4 nades, Roteros, exothermics. You are just going to be bombarded for the next 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this playing into the fact that Flores is available as well. It's going to be difficult to hold showers, and yeah, once you lose control, dining just becomes... we have actually seen, though, teams, when they do play kitchen dining, like to hold upstairs, especially as well. So we'll see if that's going to be a factor. Does kind of then mitigate losing showers a bit. Do kind of need to clear above. So in some ways, you're forcing the attackers to clear kids' dorms rather than go for the all-out assault on showers. Therefore, splits a lot of the utility, so nades, flashes, etc. in trying to clear out both. Almost can't. You kind of have to pick and choose one or go for a bit of a half effort on both. A nice use there of the exothermic charge from Harambe. That was from up above, which blows out the top portion of that wall.
Definitely.
Oh, Nitro.
Definitely one of the easier tricks to steal for your ranked games, that one. Again, quite easy to get control up above inside of small tower. Souffle now will confirm the breach and actually create an entry point to try and go, I believe, for a shallow plant. And this is the other risk of this site. It's pretty easy to plant near the wall, and
the
coverage
swing.
is
No one's
tricky,
watching.
but no one's watching.
Oh, no.
Black Ray swings. That's one of the key things that's so difficult for a defender to accomplish. But somehow Black Ray makes it work.
Yeah, we could literally see the silhouette running through the shower corridor, and I could see that one from a mile away. Jackie Wu tries to respond, gets Suzu low. But yeah, that's a big misplay from Direwolves and could cost them the round. You lose the Maverick. Didn't quite see if he... Well, I mean, the wall is pretty much a mess, but you can get through, so that's not an issue. Kind of job done anyway, so now losing the Maverick's not really that important. 4 versus 3, you still got the player advantage, so they've lost A-Gator, they've lost Suzu. Anaton from Kitchen sees the ping up above. And I think... Oh, that was a nice shot. Harambe just barely survives. Close from Anaton. Needs to stay alive, though, on the Echo, so that Yokai Drone could be a big result for the late round in denying a plant. 18 seconds, that is going to be a big factor. Anaton needs to stay alive here.
Harambe, though, for the plant. He's gone deep. Gadarada responds on the Jackie Wu, who was applying back pressure. Harambe, though, able to stick. Now it's a post-plant for Cyclops, and this is not a fantastic position, but these shots to the kitchen connecting wall have been so clean. Harambe's low on HP. ED, unlikely to get more than one pick from this position. Black Ray makes it none. Now it's Harambe, who's left in the 1 versus 3. Cyclops successfully retakes site and defend kitchen dining.
What a bizarre round, though, guys. I mean, I don't want to be too overly critical, but it feels like a lot of mistakes from both teams happening in this one, especially even Direwolves, with just allowing that shower corridor swing in the first place onto Souffle. That's like mistake number 1, firstly, allowing that one to happen. Even if you do allow it to happen, you can at least surely get the trade, and that didn't happen too. And then even being able to get that plant down, I don't know if the Yokais were destroyed or what happened there, but there was no play from Anaton on the Yokais to try and deny that plant. there was a lot that was a little bit astray in that round, and Cyclops are fortunate to walk away with the round win.
Certainly a little bit chaotic, but we shall now return to normality, or at least close to it, with the bans back down in basement. Last time we saw Cyclops with a couple of peculiar roams. That's oh my god, they just use a nitro for blue rotate.
That's something I would do.
Well, I guess Black Ray must be running the FMG. Surely he's not running the... If he's running the shotgun, then I'm absolutely bewildered. He's straight memeing. We'll have to check up on that later, but...
oh,
yeah, he is running it. So, look, Cyclops at the best of times are known to be a little bit creative, but when they have the license at a game like this, which ultimately is just a bit of prize pool and seeding, then maybe they're going to keep pushing that to the extreme.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
But Blackrave maybe just feeling his shooting powers have come back to him after a bit of a slow start on Skyscraper. 3-2. And a bit of a switch up as well from the Direwolves to note too, getting off of the Flores onto the Finca, onto the Dokkaebi as well. And Harambe on the Habana gets the opening pick onto Ayagator.
Pretty swift clear so far from the Direwolves. Probably a little bit disappointed they didn't have someone posted up on that white window to catch the rotation from, I believe it was Black Ray, if I'm not mistaken. Nonetheless, though, Divers do still have a one-man advantage. Can't complain too much. Actually, now likely to slow down, especially dependent on how methodical Divers want to be with the hard breach and opening up these hatches.
Well, this is always the tricky point now for a team that's defending launcher supply, especially if you lose that roamer above, if you lose that player that's basically trying to force the 5v4 the other way around in favor of the defenders. If they lose that, and it now becomes 5 versus 4 for the attackers, you got two options. Sit on site and hope that you can win out in the onslaught that's to follow, or you go for a bit of a power play and you think, okay, we're either going to win or lose this round based off of sending another player up above to bring it back to 4 versus 4. Risk versus reward is obviously the biggest factor as to that. Cyclops electing to stay down below, but we've seen plenty of teams lose a player early on and then decide, okay, let's send someone else up above, see if they could maybe push, I don't know, halfway through up backstairs, try and find a kill, or swing, I don't know, from lobby and try and peek in towards meeting, see if they can find a kill that way. Bringing it back to 4 versus 4 would be pretty big, but Cyclops are just electing to hold on to side here, and that could backfire. Edie drops straight away down that hatch as well. Now, Blackray did find a kill, so now brings it back to 4 versus 4. Nitrocell didn't hit the mark as ED, as well as Pika, both able to find kills on site. That's going to swiftly open up this defensive Cyclops. Gatorada has to fall back, and he's lost all of his teammates. Now in a 4 versus 1. Pika got rid of ED with that nade. I think Gatorada would have got the kill anyway, but still fascinating to see team kill in that fashion as Harambe gets the plant down.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
Gatorada has a bit of information, so I wouldn't count him out. Still tough though. If he engages, he gets swung, and he's the one to swing, punished by Souffle. Diver's doing a decent job there. Quick map control, choking out side late.
Yeah, not a bad little round. Not a bad little round for the Direwolves so far. They've been able to win now Dorms and Laundry Supply, which is a good sign, especially attacking on Oregon. Not much else to really say in that particular round. I think it's just a case of Cyclops losing a player early really hinders the defense on Laundry Supply. On the flip side, you know, if they find a pick early, a 5 versus 4 advantage for the defenders is massive. Generally, you see teams winning rounds when they get that opening pick. We head to Dorms now for the second time here in this first half. Wolves won out in that second round. They'd be able to repeat. If they do, that's 3 attacking rounds. That's what I would consider par for the course. You'd think it's maybe 4-2, but I think 3-3 is probably more the case here.
Yeah. I must say I was certainly a little bit concerned about my 4-2 prediction at the start. That's why I did the flip-flop, but maybe I can claim it once more. I wouldn't rule it out from this position. And just have to see how things play out. Cyclops back over towards Dorms, not playing near as aggressively, particularly Games Wall. Last time they had the full open rotation in towards Closet. They were contesting Bedroom and the balcony quite relentlessly. Didn't quite pay off. That wasn't really the reason. It was more so that they were just dropping picks elsewhere. Obviously didn't aid them well late into the round. See if they can tidy things up though here. I still think that this site, every site really is quite tricky. So it's up to Cyclops to show a bit of initiative here. Something creative, I think, to open up the round and give them the advantage.
And Direwolves have been able to show their ability to get these opening picks though, and that's why they're able to have a 2-2 scoreline at the moment. Cyclops have just been unable to really put themselves in a sort of advantageous position in these rounds. Also just relying on the sites themselves to kind of get the job done for them now. But this is, of course, Kids Dorms. He's just trying to clear out down below in basement alongside Jackie Wu.
Not much really comes of it. Stalemate. Cyclops probably indirect winners though. That bleeds quite a bit of time from the attack, and with the minute 40 on the clock, Direwolves will now begin to open up the torch. Souffle is like, ED, get off your drone, wake up. Watch this line of sight. ED might be able to actually find a kill off of it. Not quite. Needs to be careful of the swing. Anaton, a great shot.
Yeah, really, really well played from Anaton. Look at the Coda stations. How many has he got there? 2 next to him, plus the ADS as well. It's like a little gadget party for Anaton, holding out in pit. And yeah, with that player advantage now, this is going to make things very difficult for Direwolves. Jackie Wu has at least been able to walk into Attic, so that's something, a bit of positioning. And actually, just going to walk through. No one's watching it anymore.
Oh,
the gadgets can't save you now. Oh no, Gatorada gets Jackie Wu. It's all falling apart though for both of them. It went down to a 3 versus 2 with 50 seconds left. Neither team probably happy with the way that this round has really played out. Still pit control at least for Cyclops, but down to 2 players. One more gas wave available for Gatorada, and those Kona stations still there to be utilized, but right now Direwolves do have the player advantage.
Certainly scrappy between these two. Souffle's in such a good position. It's a free kill. He smacks the barricade and confirms that Suzu down. Gatorada inside of pit. You just saw him play it, Gatorada. He swings. He plays it well. It's trigger discipline. Almost goes for the second. That could have been an incredible play. I doubted him. He almost shut me up.
I thought he hit it, cuz. I literally thought he hit it. I thought he hit the turnaround headshot into the player in Attic, and that would have forced the 1 versus 1, but must have hit his elbow? Or is it a body shot? I don't know. He definitely hit him, that's for sure. But still, big round win for the Direwolves, up to 3-2. And we are heading to Mitchin.
Mitch.
Hey, you know what?
We're going to Mitchin and Keating Hall.
Kitchen and Meeting Hall. Oh boy.
But no, what are your thoughts on Mitchin and Keating? Do you prefer this over Mitchin and Kining? Or actually, no, that doesn't. No. Wait, what is it? Dining kitchen, so it'd be Kining and ditching.
Oh, jeez. What have I created? What have I done?
You've dropped the ball, mate.
Absolutely. You've
lost your edge. That holiday, that ear infection.
Oh,
you've lost it.
Got me in all sorts. 3-2 though, and obviously for the Direwolves, yeah, hitting that 3rd round now is pretty massive. Still stand by the 3-3. You reckon the 4-2? Well, they could very well get the 4-2 half here in the attack of Oregon. We'll definitely need to see that second half though, right? It's kind of like Skyscraper all over again. First half on Skyscraper, what was it? 3-3 was the scoreline. Cyclops doing it more on the attack side, and I thought it put them in a really, really good position to close out, and they did. And they did in the defending side of Skyscraper. The question is, will Direwolves be able to defend well here on Oregon and send us to Theme Park?
Yeah, honestly, these rounds are kind of a bit all over the shot. Getting genuine continuation and momentum. I don't really think it's much of a thing in this match at the moment, and I don't know how much of that to place on terms of the teams actually probably being quite equally matched and both quite strong, or also the factor of the match ultimately not meaning too much, so they're kind of just having a bit of fun with it. I don't think they're definitely taking it seriously to some extent. They're not treating this like an absolute meme. Certainly teams are wanting the win. ED maybe, though, doesn't. Not quite sure what was going on there. Armory not thrown down, and it's a freebie.
Mate, he's just walking through garage. Had to find a wrench. Couldn't find one. But instead found a bullet to his head as Souffle gets on back onto Black Ray. So despite losing ED straight away, Cyclops have just lost 2 players in quick succession. Minute 50 left, and it's a 4 versus 3. Big chance now for Direwolves, up a player too, to go up 4-2, attack on Oregon. Okay.
Well, it's another position, misdroned by the Direwolves, so 2 kills going that way. But Jackie trades. Where's the pit trade? Not quite there. Anderton fell off at a key moment.
He's going. No one's stopping him. No one's stopping him. Anderton gets the kill. He's just walked off the map. It's a 2 versus 1. Yeah, this round is not one for the replay highlight reel.
So 4-2. Where are my doubters now? Where are my doubters now?
Suzu can still win this. Souffle's low on health. Come on, Suzu. Can't let the man be right. Still has 3 gas babes, so that can actually help him, block off some entryways, in the 1 versus 2. Oh, he gets one.
You're sucking the copium. You're on the copium.
He gets one here. 100%. Suzu wins these. Oh, does he? Wait, did he not hear him? He didn't hear him.
Where's Souffle?
Where's the swing? Souffle, what are you doing? Are you just standing there watching him? I think he might have been. Souffle, he wins out. No, he wasn't. Wait, he went over to backstairs. I'm so confused.
Look, I'm not confused. Fully expected the 4-2 there. Really well played by the Direwolves.
Some scintillating gameplay we are seeing right now from Direwolves and Cyclops here.
It's all over the place. It is absolutely all over the place.
Look, we did say at the start, based on the bans, the attacking team would have an easier time here on Oregon than we would typically see. As everyone probably knows, and if you don't, Oregon usually does pretty well for the defenders. It goes all right. Think about 60% win rate. A 4-2 half kind of game. But with these bans, or the lack thereof bans, does kind of open things up for the attackers, and Direwolves have taken full advantage. Now we go over to the second half, and we see if Cyclops can replicate that themselves, or if Direwolves are just the supreme leaders on Oregon, if they're just the kings, champions.
Yeah. Yeah, good call there for you, Jake.
No worries.
Certainly agree with you on that one. It's not often that I disagree. Important to keep in mind that Direwolves on their attacks did start off a little bit slow. Cyclops, as they're now trailing, don't really have that buffer. So we'll have to see them switched on from the start. And Anderton's going straight onto the Monty. Didn't get banned out this time. His Glaz got banned out by the Direwolves, so that opens up the shield operator for him. And as we have seen, so many games, both locally, nationally, internationally, Anderton, Montang, best in the world. Let's see how much damage you can do today.
Well, I mean, he's not going to do that much damage. He's on a shield operator.
Yeah, but he can
Oh, you mean like...
he can do stuff like this, push forward and apply a bit of pressure.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right.
Maybe a drop shot or 2 later on. You can still find kills.
Actually, I will say Anderton has got a good pistol play on the Montang, so I'll take that back. It's an art. Oh, the timing. How does Black Ray survive that?
Oh, what? Where's Pika?
On the back. Why is no one watching Shower Corridor this game?
But where did he even come from? Was he in small tower that entire time and everyone, including us, missed him? I have actually no idea. I had no clue.
What am I watching here on Oregon right now?
I don't know. The average diamond ranked game, perhaps.
Oh, look, that's unfair to diamond players. I shouldn't say that.
Oh, well, you already did. You can't take it back.
Yeah, too late. That's it.
Ooh, that's a little Velt cam. I think it was
Oh,
Black
Peak has
Rain.
9 and 2 as well, by the way. This is fascinating.
Not every day you see Pika popping off, but always nice for a change. Minute 10 though, so time now for Cyclops. A pressing issue. Black Ray pushes himself up white, he can post up.
Cyclops are going to win this round. Cyclops are going to win this round. Black Ray pushing up white stairs. Hasn't been spotted out here. Can just walk into sight. Oh, never mind.
It's Jackie Wu. It's always Jackie
oh,
Wu.
Nade though to the face. Apparently only does half damage. Souffle and security. Gets through to Aegator. Never mind. Take it back. Cyclops are not winning this round. It was a joke. It was a prank. It's just a prank.
After your prediction of the first half, I don't think you have a leg to stand on.
I don't. Honestly, right. I had probably one leg left and I just gave it away. So it's going to be a 5-2 scoreline. I would say right now, Guz, and you could disagree with me here, but I'm sensing we're going to theme park.
Starting to lean a little bit towards that as well. Theme Park, the third map, obviously, in this series. There's no way. There is no way Pika has just done that.
Jackie Wu drops down. Suze shoots him in the back. And then it's an easy round win. 5-2 scoreline. Honestly, this one is, yeah, really highlighting maybe a bit of the insignificance of this series. Because both teams are just having a bit of fun.
It's, as the match goes on, the looser it gets.
Oh, it's very loose. This is APAC loose level, which is already pretty loose in general, this region.
I don't know if loose is an Australian term, so it's probably best to just quickly explain that. Loose in the sense that... how would you actually define looseness?
You know, like, maybe you don't drone certain positions, or you kind of rush certain positions. Or maybe you don't watch certain positions. You just kind of play a little bit loose. That's the way you would frame it.
When you define something, you don't often use the word to then define it. That's not really a definition. Okay.
Look, I'm not an English teacher, mate. Come on.
Thank God. Maybe you could be. Maybe casters would make good English teachers.
I don't think so. Honestly, casters don't do a whole lot right.
But we all know that.
What I will say, though, is you are a good predictor. You
I
had the
know,
4-2 half.
I know.
Although you didn't win out this season, did you, from what I heard?
Look. No, we had to make someone feel good. It is their last week casting, so
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
bit of a send-off. 5-2 though, focusing in on this round. The 8th in this series. Gatorada's already taken damage from front door, I presume. And is now looking to just enter. And this is the looseness we're talking about. Just walk in with zero fear.
Is he getting droned, isn't he? Yeah, he is. I mean, yeah, he's getting completely droned here, so it's not too bad. But so quick to just rush through this. He's like, oh, I'm looking up, and no one big tower? Yeah, no one big tower. No one there. That'll do.
I mean, maybe they might have had a pre-place in bot tower, I don't know, but yeah. Not a care in the world for Cyclops. What are they even prepping for, right? They're not exactly shaping for blue, I don't think. At least not initially.
What?
Are they trying to trap a Roma or something?
I'm so confused. Now I'm actually confused.
I'm confused.
It's just a quick rotate up big tower.
I think Dialos are a little bit confused. I mean, look how aggressive they're ready waiting for someone to just send it.
Oh, Edie's going to swing, right? And then you're going to just have Jackie Wu behind him to also swing for the trade.
I would assume so.
Double swing.
No one's pushing it though from Cyclops.
He almost just shoot out that drone.
Device ready.
You're asking me questions that I cannot answer.
Oh, hang on. Blue.
Now
Bunker, push. Into the mirror window. Well, into the peak. Oh, no, don't. No. Oh, he's shooting the X-Kairos.
Oh,
jeez. He just lost his shoulder. Oh my God, what is going on?
I feel like we don't even have to talk. We could just let the round play out and people will have a sense of the chaos that is ensuing. Harambe! He'll be dancing to that one. Suzu onto Jackie Wu though to at least bring a pick back. Harambe is hungry for more though. DMR in hand. Spots one in blue.
He's standing in front of the hole. There's a hole in the wall. Okay, well, round's over. 6-2. Map's probably over. Let's head to theme, but
Do you think we could just go there now?
almost choked on my saliva for a second.
Oh. That's a bit sus.
Oh,
Oh, what the hell? We have seen it all.
just quick rotate, boys. Just quick rotate.
I can't believe that's actually killed him on the angle. That is insane.
Oh, what am I watching? What am I watching? I gotta say, when we were casting Skyscraper, guys, right? We both knew going into Skyscraper that this is a match, this is a series that doesn't have any repercussions, doesn't really have much meaning, and yet Skyscraper played out okay. It was pretty stock standard. It was
a little wild, but for the
It was-
most part, it was actually a genuinely good game.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent game. It started slow, got decent towards the mid game, and I think finished pretty strong. Good plays from Cyclops. They won out. This game in particular
Attackers
is
need to locate
atrocious.
and defuse as many bombs as they can.
It has certainly spiraled out of control. I think it started off decently, and just, I don't know, for whatever reason, the last probably, what,
don't
3,
even think
4
it's-
rounds?
I don't even think it started off decently. I really don't.
Yeah, there's certainly been stuff that's happened
Discover the
that
location of a bomb.
the scientists still cannot explain. The greatest mysteries of the world.
But this is the thing, right? So what I'll even say for this particular map, again, Oregon's an interesting one. You put it in the same boat as like Clubhouse, Cafe. Let's be honest, most teams don't have a whole lot of new innovations on it, guys. You go to the major, you see them play Oregon, it's not really going to be new stuff coming out. It's going to be same old, same old. So that does mean if you do have any tiny little thing that may be slightly different, maybe that could be that tiny little difference to win you around here or there, you're definitely not bringing that out firstly. But also, I also don't think you need to be playing the way that Cyclops are playing right now. I think you can play rather default and still have a much more decent game. This has just been bizarre. They're not even playing default Oregon.
What's default for Cyclops? I don't know if Cyclops have defaults.
No, that's true.
Oh, Pika. Was that from the armory stairs? Oh. I think yeah, what? That player was almost outside white window. Well, another unexplainable kill.
Well, I pose it to you though. Do you think there's anything worth saving on current day Oregon at this point? You know, the whole saving strats or whatever. I don't really think there is.
Maybe bans, I guess, but
Bans I could
which
maybe
has been
agree with.
covered in this game, right? Outside of that, yeah. It's very hard to
Attackers
see.
recovered the diffuser.
Hard to say.
Attackers
Seeing
dropped
a bit
the
of kitchen
diffuser.
dining though, like I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's also quite weird. This
don't
map's not in
typically see
metal.
it.
Oh, this is side.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Kibu carrying inside of showers needs to be mindful of these angles. That's up above inside a small tower. Suzu peeking down with the 5.56. Been a bit quieter on this match, but still posting up decent numbers. Use that exothermic once more up above to open up that line of sight and entry point in towards dining, and Cyclops stacking it currently. Probably just looking to see if they can pull off a plant off the back of one of these Talon shields.
See, this is what I would actually sit back and say, you know, things like the Osa, right, and bringing that, especially for Anderson, shield player here on Oregon, being able to play into this. Don't really see it too much, at least, on Oregon. So these are the kind of things where you look at it and you say, oh, I'd like to see this played in
Attackers bomb diffuser.
a way that maybe is good, as Anderson dies to ED. It's almost like a half glimpse. What am I watching?
That was probably one of the more ambitious rounds we have seen in some time. Pika obviously doesn't work out. ED still in the most powerful position to try and close out this round, and now it's just
Anyway, I wanted to try and make a point about the Osa and say, bringing that into Oregon, that's something you could look at, you know, looking to the major and maybe trying to get a little bit of an advantage moving forward. So it's like kind of cool to see it, but then it's just not really matched by the team bringing the same energy and bringing the same level of play. Direwolves win. Oh, that is the most half-hearted Harambe dance I've ever seen. He's literally just done it just for the sake of doing it. Oh, there's another one. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that one, that second one, guys, that one was for Anaton.
I reckon it was too.
Direwolves win. We go to Theme Park in one of the most engrossing matches of Siege you will ever see. It's 1-1. That was a banger. Oregon, never seen anything like it before. 7-2. It was close until it wasn't.